Ah, oh, baby, yeah. All right, so there's so much going on in our world, ladies and gentlemen. I want to talk about something that may stop you from finishing this video. Some of y'all might not finish this video. You might not finish watching this video because of this topic that I'm about to get into. You may click right now, or you may decide to just keep listening to this video because something I'm about to say could be interesting. Sometimes I say some interesting things. Sometimes I make a fool of myself other times, but whatever. I put my thoughts out there. So listen, people. Why aren't more people encouraged or inspired to do positive things? Because positivity is not highlighted. Think about it. If you're running in a marathon and there's like 500 people there at the finish line, you just finished doing 15 miles and you're tired as hell, and it's now like 8 or 9 people running with you. One of you guys are going to finish and win this marathon. And as you're running down the street, there's about 600 people here and no one is cheering. No one is going, yeah, come on. You're doing something positive. And as you're about to finish get to the finish line, you see your kids, you see your family, you see a bunch of random people that you don't know, and they're screaming and yelling, trying to inspire you to finish. Imagine if they were there and no one was saying anything. Imagine 500 people at the finish line, all quiet, just looking at you like. You will not be inspired and motivated to run even harder because no one is there rooting you along. Blogs and websites and media. I'm calling you out. Sometimes you highlight positivity, but for the most part, you have ratings for TV. You have clicks. Let me explain to some of you folks who may not know how this works. If you own a blog or a website, the more millions and millions of people that come to your website, you're able to show the statistics of how many people come to your website. And based on the amount of clicks, millions and millions in views that's coming from domestic and international, you're able to sell the amount of eyeballs that come to your website to advertisers. And it's like ratings on television. If the ratings are high, meaning there's 7 to 8 million viewers on a TV show, when it goes to commercial, when you're able to show that you have 8 or 9 million viewers tuning in to watch this show, let's say a show like Scandal or something, the people that from Best Buy, Walmart, Target, AT&T, whoever's running commercials in between your favorite TV show, the folks that own the TV show and the networks, they're able to charge the commercials and the advertisers way more money because of the amount of eyeballs that are tuning in. You ever heard about the Super Bowl commercials and how much money they charge for the Super Bowl commercials? Why are they charging 7 to 10, 12, $15 million for one 30-second commercial? Because of the amount of people that are tuning in to watch the Super Bowl, just like the playoffs, just like the championship games. It's a ratings thing. The same thing for websites. So if I run a website and I put a bunch of positive stories up, this person graduated with honors. Wow, this woman raised her single parent, raised their mother, raised 5 kids, and they all graduated from high school with honors, and they're now going to school with full scholarships. Today's generation and websites, blogs, media, and the news, we don't highlight positivity because the positivity don't attract viewership. So if I'm running a website, Tyrese.blogs or some shit, and I got advertisers and I'm making hundreds and hundreds and even millions of dollars off of advertisers every month, and then I just decide, you know what, instead of me putting all this negative shit, whose baby mama this, who's in court, who's fucking who's another thought, what is the T? I got the T. All of this shit that's happening, it's all drawing in viewers. Every click, every time someone comes to your website, you're able to say, look at all these numbers. I get 7 million clicks a month. You're able to sell that to advertisers. You're making millions of dollars every month because of the amount of people coming to your site. At a certain point, you really stop caring about what you're putting up on your site because you're trying to meet that number. You're trying to say, well, shit, last month I made 300,000. If I keep putting all this negative shit on my website because it's drawing and attracting so many viewers, I'm going to go from making 300,000 to 4 million. We have a social responsibility to highlight positivity. I'll say it again. We have a social responsibility to highlight positivity. A lot of people have already stopped watching this video because what I'm saying is boring, because what I'm saying is positive. I'm not using any profanity. I'm not cursing. I'm talking about something positive. And you know what? I'm bored, I'm tired, I'm sleepy. You're not keeping my attention because this is positive. When you have a bunch of college graduates who sacrifice partying, getting pregnant, dropping out of college, they stayed in their dorms and studied. They left their whole families from one state and went to a whole nother state by themselves because that was the best university. They left everything and they stayed up all night and focused. They wasn't having sex. They got no STDs. They did nothing to contribute to any of the stereotypes that are running around. When they finally graduate and they graduate with honors and they have a SAT, the SAT scores are through the roof. Their graduation will never end up on national or international television unless it was a shootout there. If someone gets stabbed at the graduation, that's when the press and the media and the blogs will show up. If there was a shootout, shooting all of these folks graduating, that's when their graduation will end up being highlighted. This is not the case for everything in every situation. There are a lot of people highlighting positive situations. I'm saying that it doesn't happen as often as I think it should. There is a black man who has never cheated on his wife, who is a fully committed father, who wakes up every day focused, living his life according to committing his life to his family, his wife, and his kids. He's been married for 18 years. He's a celebrity or not a celebrity. He will not end up on the cover of these magazines, the cover of these blogs, the cover of any of these websites until he files for divorce. So then the concept of filing for divorce becomes way more normal because we are not highlighting people that are happily married, living their life, taking care of their families, working their asses off. We're not talking about just celebrities. We're talking about highlighting positivity. How many people are even still watching this video right now? Oh my God, this is so fucking boring. Oh man, this is like, oh my God, can you talk about something negative, dysfunctional, and crazy? That way you can keep my attention, Tyrese Gibson. So I'm calling you out. I'm calling you all out. If you run a blog, a website, a news channel, national or international, pay your bills, feed your family, do what you got to do to keep your viewership and your ratings coming. But I am asking for you to make a commitment and take more of a social responsibility to highlight positivity. We are living in a robot world where everyone monkey see, monkey do. It seems that divorces are so popular, I'm going to get in an argument and I'm going to file for divorce. It seems like families are breaking up. When families break up, it's so popular, I'm just going to do what everybody else is doing. We are lacking leaders and leadership. There are way more followers in this world than there are leaders. Think about it. Highlight positivity. This is an uncomfortable conversation. We could change this world. Some of y'all be like, man, who am I? I ain't famous. I can't do shit to change shit. If you're running a blog, a website, or some type of Twitter, Instagram, any type of, I don't want to mention no specific websites. That's not the goal here because I'm not going to put anybody on blast. You know who you are. You know how many hits you get on your website. You know who you are. You know exactly who you are. I'm asking you, please, use your radio stations when you're nationally syndicated and you got all that many people listening to you around the world. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Latin. You have a voice. People are tuning in to your website, your radio station, your news channel, and the reason you're still on the air, the reason you have not shut down your website is because you're still making money and you still have eyeballs that show up every week, every day to look at whatever you're posting. I am asking you to make a commitment to start highlighting more positivity, and that will become a trend. Highlight positivity. And that way, positive things will become more popular. I don't think I'm asking for too much. I'm actually going to pray about it. I'm going to pray that you tag all of the followers on my Facebook page. I'm going to ask that you tag every blog, website, and media outlet that needs to see this. Every person who follows all of these blogs and websites and news channels and stations, I'm going to ask, just like y'all are pouring ice on everybody's head right now, I'm going to ask that you share this video, and I'm going to ask that you spread this to every blog, website imaginable, domestically and internationally. I want this video to be the most popular video I've ever put up. It probably won't be, but I hope and I pray that it will. Because this is a thought. You have a job to do. You're making a lot of fucking money on negativity. I get it. I get it. I understand ratings. I understand all of these TV shows. You know, when you're putting all of these positive marriages and families and all that stuff that's working, nobody tunes in to watch that until people start fighting and throwing water in each other's face and being dysfunctional. I get it. And guess what? When this video goes up, I'm going to be called every name in the book because positive thoughts always attract negative people. But I don't care. You say something negative about me, this is what I'll say about you. I love you. With a smile. I love you. You're angry and you don't know why. That's cool. I'm asking that you take a pledge and make a commitment in whatever way you can. It doesn't matter if you have 1,000 followers, 10,000 followers, or 10 million followers. I am asking that you start highlighting positivity, because when you create a stage for positivity, everyone will want to be on that stage and start highlighting positivity. When that man or that woman is married and that grandmother has raised a bunch of kids and they're all off in college, graduating with honors and taking full scholarships, that is positivity that needs to be highlighted. Please, if you make it to the end of this video, probably a lot of y'all won't, but if you make it to the end of this video, I want you to write, I am going to take a pledge. I am taking a pledge to highlight positivity. I am taking a pledge to highlight positivity. I love you.